Welcome to tonight's YouTube Live. That's right. Today is July 1st, and I know I say this every month, but how in the world is it already a new month? Oh, goodness gracious. All right, I am just getting to my channel, and it does say that I'm live, so hopefully some people pop in. Okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and share this to my Facebook group. And goodness gracious. Oh, we got some people. Okay, goody. Okay, paste. Hello, Nanette. Hello, Kathy Wenzel. YouTube live happening now. Come join me over there. Okay. So, perfect. Next. Share. Done. Post. Okay. All right. All right. Woo. Yes, Tuesday, July 1st, 2025. Welcome. My name is Elizabeth Giles, coming to you live from the Stampin' Unicorns craft room here in Marshfield, Wisconsin. So very happy. We ended last month with a bang, y'all. Oh my goodness. And hopefully I did some good planning on upcoming classes since there was such a great deal. Hello, Kathy Larson, on those products last month. Now, I know, like, everybody's like, well, what's the special this month? And there's no real special, but I'm going to talk about a few things that are happening and how awesome they are. Per se. Yes. So there is that. How many of you guys got some good deals on that special? I know I did. I bought a couple of sweets that I probably wouldn't have. But also these sweets I've seen a lot of really amazing things with, so hopefully it all turns out well. Yes. My favorite thing that I purchased, we are going to be using today. Unfortunately, it's a good bad thing, Nanette. And that is actually debuting today as well. So hello, Tina. So that's great. Yeah, the sweet sale, there was so many good items happening. I am just going here. Just give me 1 second. I apologize. I forgot that I did a Facebook Live last night and that I was giving away this card today. So I just needed to look to see who else is in the running for this card. Hello, Jenny Miller. So that I can put your name in and do this drawing. It was like sitting right here in front of me and I couldn't remember what it was for until all of a sudden I went live and I'm like, oh yeah, that's what it's for. So I gave away one card yesterday and that was to Miss Tina. Miss Tina won yesterday. And then we had a few more people. I just got to do not most relative, but newest. There we go. Newest comment. So we've got, I got to add Sean and Lori. And of course, today I will be giving away the card that we're making as well. Maybe we'll do more than just one. So, yeah, all the cool things, right? Okay, let me get back to the YouTube so I can see what I'm doing. Oh, yeah, I felt like yesterday's live, I was talking so much and so fast that I really need to try and make sure that my I'm taking a breath and I'm breathing and talking and not like yelling and so excited, although that's fun too. All of those things. So yeah, it's been a busy week here, as you guys can imagine. Jenny commented that she got to spend her birthday with me. That was during an event that I do that's for demonstrators. So that was in Janesville, Wisconsin, and Chris with a K joined me for that event. We had a wonderful time, and I felt so bad. It was a very eventful trip. Let me just tell you that. So on the way down to Janesville, I picked up Miss Chris at a park and ride because she lives up in Merrill. And then I live in Marshfield, so we were meeting and then continuing on. And my vehicle's fully packed, loaded with all the supplies, right? So I pick her up. We're tooling down the highway. I have my cruise set. And then all of a sudden, and let me preface this by saying, I have a 2024 vehicle. Like, it is very new, barely ever used. I work from home most of the time, right? So we're cruising down the highway. Cruise set, 78, 79, blah, blah, blah. We're in conversation, and all of a sudden it says, cruise disengaged. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Powering down. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what is going on? I mean, and I just happened to look over, and there's an exit. And I'm like, okay, let's get on this exit. Let's go. And I look down, and my service engine soon light is on, and it says, I have no gas. I just filled up with gas on Tuesday. This was on Friday. Remember how I said I barely, I work from home. I did have off on Tuesday and Wednesday and did a little bit of stuff around town, but not enough for 420 miles worth of gas. That's when I filled up, when I was going around town. And so I'm like, I don't know. Am I just out of gas? So 2024 vehicle, we tried to put the vehicle in neutral so we could push it off the shoulder of the road, because I got to the end of the off ramp, because I thought, oh, I'm just going to go and turn into this gas station. Nope. I got to the end, and that's where she sat. I was a little bit over, but not all the way over. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? And so, yeah, I got out, and I'm like, okay, I'm just going to run to the gas station, see if it's that. Yeah. Since the gas station is off of two major highways, well, one more major than the other, it had a fence all the way around. So I couldn't even just walk across the road because there was a fence. So I got into some guy's truck, and he was apologizing to me. He had stopped. I'm like, can I just get a ride to the gas station? I think my vehicle ran out of gas. I'm hoping that's all it is, but I really don't know what happened here. So I get in this guy's truck, and he's trying to move stuff off the front seat so I could get in. And I'm like, I'll just get in the back. Whatever. It's a big 4-door. And then he's apologizing to me because his vehicle is messy. And I'm like, dude, this is not messy at all. But anyways, so then he just dropped me off at the gas station, and I'm thinking, okay, we'll figure this out. Well, so I went up to the front. Well, first I did just go look for a gas can. I'm like, whatever, I can pay for a gas can. No, they had just these big, and I think they're for diesel or something, but these big cans, they're $40, maybe more. I don't even remember now. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Even if I did put, whatever, it was a serial killer. Too bad. It was whatever at that time. I'm sure I've done worse things. But anyhow, so I went up to the front. Of course, there's a line of people. And so I waited in line, and then I said, hey, I think I might have ran out of gas. My vehicle's parked right over there. Do you just have a gas tank can that I can borrow and see if it's that? I'm like, my vehicle's pretty new. I just filled up with gas, so I don't know what's going on. So the guy's like, give me a little bit and I'll go find. Mind you, Chris is still sitting in the car because, what do? You don't want, I don't know. Like, it's a whole thing. I don't know. And I'm glad like she wasn't standing on the side of the road, because you need to be in the car. It gives you a little bit of protection. But so they brought back a gas can, and I take the gas can out and I fill it up. And then I'm like, okay, now I have to get back over there. I'm like, do I try and get a ride from somebody or not? I'm like, okay, I will just start walking. Mind you, I decided I was going to hike last weekend when I was camping. Yes. And my meniscus that I tore last year playing volleyball had an intense flare up. And so my knee was swollen. And here I am trying to carry this gas can, which you don't think, it's not that heavy, right? But when you are dealing with an injury that's swollen and everything, and I didn't have my brace on or the compression, of course, and I'm like, oh, because it was too big, so I got in some new ones in the mail. Anyways, so now I'm walking back, and I'm on like the frontage road for the gas station, walking back, walking to the stop sign. I walk across 4 lanes. It's like 4 lanes. And I'm walking back down to Chris. And then I get there. Oh, man, it seemed like forever. But anyways, so then we get there and I'm putting the gas in and it's just spilling all over. And I'm like, what's going on? Well, I didn't have it down into the gas tan far, or the nozzle in far enough. Oh my gosh. But anyways, we got the gas in and it started. I'm like, whoosh. Like, okay, like literally, whew. So we pull over there. I finish pumping gas. I take the gas can in and say, yes, hopefully that's that. But my service engine soon light's still on. Like, this is almost a brand new vehicle yet. And whatever. Hello, Michelle. And we just go to town. So, oh, also weird thing. The guy that Tina was worried is a serial killer. He said, oh, where are you headed? I'm like, Janesville. And he's like, oh, I'm from Janesville. So just weird. But anyways, so come to find out, and my service engine soon light stayed on until we started coming home. But anyways, my son plugged it in and he said that I had water in my intake valve, whatever that means. But we had these torrential pouring rains, and I was driving through town. And since I don't drive on the highways and stuff a lot, I had gotten some water up into somewhere like turbo or whatever it is. And it just kept pushing gas through because it was trying to get rid of that water, which is why my gas went from 420 miles to nothing in that time span. So yeah, that's crazy. All right. Let me tell you the second crazy thing that happened. So then Tina and I get down there, or not Tina, sorry. Tina just commented that a lot of crazy people. Okay. So then we get down to Janesville and we're like, okay, let's go eat, because when we set up, usually it takes a long time. And because it's embarrassing. Okay. So anyways, so it takes a long time. So we're like, let's just go eat and relax. We had, a couple alcoholic beverages and all of this stuff. And so we get down there and I walk in the door for where we're sitting and I'm like, oh, and you can imagine the words that come out of my mouth. And I just said, I forgot a box at home. So during this event, which I do this too with other events, we give product away. So we have this goodie bag, it's filled with product. And I ordered my product back on June 1st, or whenever the sale started for the sweet special days. I ordered my product and it was sitting in a box in my craft room. So how do you go about that? We have 28 people coming, and I have supplies for 6 and then some, because we all ordered different things. And so I call Brian and I'm like, Brian, and I'm like, oh, where are you? Because I could hear background noise. And he's like, oh, just having a drink at the bar with Mark. And I'm like, okay, Well, I need you to drive to Janesville with a box for my craft room. Just whenever you're done doing whatever you're doing, just give me a call. Yep. So after we got mostly everything set up and, had our conversations, I set out to meet Brian on the highway. And he drove from Marshfield down to, where did we meet? North of Madison, DeForest. So those of you who are familiar with the area, I ended up driving 40 miles from Janesville or 40 minutes from Janesville to, what are you doing? Oh, from Janesville to DeForest. And then Brian drove the other hour and 45 minutes, whatever it was. So bless his heart, let me tell you, if we earn this Alaskan trip, he is definitely coming with me after all of that. I mean, plus more, but it just did not start out right. And then when I left, I forgot a bag, my cooler bag, that had romaine lettuce and Caesar stuff. And you guys know how much I love it. I left it at the hotel. So now, yeah, I gotta have that sent to me. But it was just a crazy weekend. The event itself went so wonderfully. It was so relaxed, so just awesome. So yes, that is just crazy. So I just wanted to let you guys know. By the way, I wasn't the only one who left my supplies at home. I just didn't want to deal with trying to figure out who would need what supplies and trying to get it to people. So I just had him bring it. So somebody else left their supplies at home, but they had enough people that they could just get the supplies to them. So they didn't drive back home and get them. But yes, yeah, it was a great time. I truly believe that events like that are what it's all about, right? That's what crafting and creating is all about. And these crazy stories that go along with it, right? So I just still can't believe how it all ended up. My service engine soon light is off, so we are all good there. And yeah. So, and then I had to also get gas on the way back, and I shouldn't have needed to do that either. So whatever, until that water cleared out of there, it was just really sucking gas. So yeah, the rest of the event was awesome. I do have, I can't show you guys yet the projects because other people need to get their projects yet, but maybe next week I will show you guys the bags. My sister and I screen printed the bags, and we'll do all that fun stuff. But yeah, just totally amazing to end up with that. I did end up with a headache, probably from all the craziness and just worry. So I got home Saturday night and I went to bed. But yeah, just crazy stuff. So, but nonetheless, the month of June was totally amazing, you guys. I'm going to show you the trip, the Alaskan trip thing. We're going to fill that in. And then we're going to create using one of the new product suites for the online exclusives that debuted today. So just some fun things. So, all right. So. I'm saying so a lot tonight. So deal with it. All right. I also forgot to grab something to drink. This should be interesting. All right. Let's go ahead, flip this camera over, and we will get started. We're going to fill in the little chart for what we had for points last month. And let me tell you, I feel like this might still be obtainable. But we'll talk about that in a moment. And then we're going to talk about some of the other stuff coming up. Because July is going to be amazing. Okay, here we go. I'm going to flip the camera around first, I guess. Oh, it went on the first time this time. And then let's mosey on down. and just adjust it. For my Facebook Live, I had to, that is not straight at all. Oh, or this isn't straight. I had to do it the other way. So let's just get this all bellied up. That looks way crooked. Boop. Okay, that might be better. That looks better. All right, so this is my trip tracker. And you can see, like, we started out a little shy, then strong, 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 strong. And then this is where we fell off. At the end of April is when my mother-in-law had her stroke, and I had no time to do anything. And you can see we didn't even get 400 points that month, which totally sucks because May was the new annual catalog. We thought we should have did good. Well, June brings us a lot of things. I did have a team member promote, so that's good. We are up to 27,971 points. So we do need to get to 40,000. I'm going to go ahead and fill in this outside circle. Boop. And then we got to come into the inside area here. I don't know. Should I continue making this blue colors, or should that be like a different color? Maybe like a brown, because then the whale can be blue, because we're going to get that baby filled in. Let me grab another color, because we got to fill all of this section in too. Oh, I have all of these. Yes, we will do one of these. Just to give it some, okay. We have number SU 500. We're just going to come down here. So almost to 28,000. Whoops. It'll be okay. I almost feel like the outside should have been a different color and the inside blue, but it is what it is. Okay. So how can you help? Well, ooh, I got that all over that. I mean, I earn points by orders. I earn points by having team members underneath me reach certain goals. So if you're interested in getting a discount on your Stampin' Up stuff, we can have a discussion. Absolutely. So if we're just going to do this on sales alone, I only have 3 months left. July, October, and September. I would literally need to have almost $13,000, $12,000 in sales, which I've never done. The highest I've had in sales was like 4,300 in a quarter, or no, in a month. So I mean, it might be doable in a quarter, but that would be a lot, honestly. So we're gonna do our best. I know everybody's been helping out, and it's amazing, and I just don't know what else to say, but this is what it is. So we gotta get all of that filled in, which this is a lot of points. But we are like 2/3 of the way there, maybe 3/4 of the way there. Yeah, because, well, not quite 3/4, but anyhow. All right, so that is Alaska. Yes, you guys, like it's going to be here before we know it. Now, one of the ways you can help with that is by doing the virtual album retreat. If you haven't heard of this yet, you guys, I'm going to tell you a few things. I even have it here. So the virtual album retreat is just a virtual retreat, and we're going to be making all of these products. Now, let me just grab the box. Boop, boop, boop. Okay. This box contains everything that you get. I know it's $250, right? But look at all, you're going to make 24 pages. Everything is pre-cut for you, so you can see all of these things. Now, if you want, you would make it into 12 months, right? So you have 2 layouts for each month. I like that they all, I just love that it's all individual. Everything's in its own bag. You can assemble it. Oh, this one is really heavy. You can assemble it and then put it back in that bag. Also in this, so this is the 12 project pages. You will get 2 sets of stamps. And these stamps are huge. These collections, look at this. So there's 2 sets in each collection. One is an alphabet, and then another is like summer, and there's like fireworks, all sorts of things. So these are like awesome because it's like all seasons, right? So it's month by month. Here we go. They're obviously bigger because it's got 2 things. So month by month, and then month by month alphabet. And these images are only 70%, as you can tell, because look at this. Like, that's the firework right there. Oops, I'm not in camera. There we go. I will give you stamp cases to put these in, okay? You also get the accessories. And if you don't know what pictures you're going to put in, you get the picture placeholders. There's also like flip flaps and all sorts of other stuff in here. My flip flaps kind of got all over. You will get a set of die cuts. Look at how many of those. And then, oh, I had this open before. I'm sorry. But you get all of these things that are die cut, and then it tells you what project they go on as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4 pages of that. There's this awesome specialty paper. And then this is like a chipboard almost. You can't really see, maybe here. This is like the word July, and they're big. Like, this is my finger. It's longer than that, and it's a heavy duty cardstock. So even if you don't want to use that on your page, there's lots of different things that you could use it for. And then you get page protectors as well. Okay, so $250. Now what this $250 does, if you want, you will get put into a special Facebook group that will show all the videos and everything like that. Okay, and they will go through these projects July 16th through the 18th. Now I'm camping during that time. And I don't want to really sit on my computer every night from 2 to 10:30 Mountain Time, which is actually 3 to 11:30 Central. Because that's on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. What I decided I'm going to do is anyone who purchases this kit from me, they are invited to my house or a different facility, depending on how many people sign up. On August 8th, it's a Saturday. I believe that's the date. I got to put it on my stuff yet. But August 8th, and we will go through and do these. Now, we're not going to be able to get through them all, obviously, but we'll go through and do, like this one here has this accordion thing that comes out. And there's like 10 pictures underneath there. I might be exaggerating. But we'll do like the difficult things together so that you guys can start organizing your books. There's some other things. There's lots of fun techniques and interesting stuff to do. So for $250, you would purchase that through Stampin' Up. And then, yeah, definitely worth it. And that is right, Kathy Larson. Absolutely. I will get you a black journaling pen, a thing of dimensionals, a case, and then the exclusive event. I put question mark because I had to look into it, but yes, exclusive event, August 8th, I believe is the date. And then you will get $25 in product to use the next time you order. So that is an amazing deal. Yeah, like Jenny said, if you're a demonstrator, so say you want to sign up to be a demonstrator, you can then order this kit and get a minimum 20% off of it as well, which is a great deal. So definitely let me know if you want to do that. I mean, I know I love deals, and this is a fabulous deal. And I just talked about scrapbooking at the demonstrator event. And I know some people are going to be like, well, there's only 3 pictures on that page. How do I know I'm only going to use 3 pictures? Well, I always use more pictures. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to like just add in little thing, like a little thing, or you can do flip flops. I don't have much thing on that yet, but like for the small, oh my gosh, I can't talk, the wallet sizes. Okay. But if I can get 4 people to sign up for this, 4 people that order it from me, I know a lot of my downline already ordered it, and that's awesome. But if I get 4 people, I'm going to give you a bonus as well. Okay. So I will definitely, that would add 1,000 points to my total. It is just great. Yep. Like Nanette said, there will be Stampin' Up videos. There's a lot of different things. So we will go through all of that. And since Facebook changed their policy about live videos, all of the live videos Stampin' Up's going to download, and then they are going to put them on YouTube. So they'll be really easy to follow. It's just going to be a whole thing that you can watch. So definitely. And yes, so I'm going to be creating an event, and then I will post the videos that Stampin' Up has already done in regards to this event in there and on my regular page so that we can get amped up. So don't worry that Stampin' Up is having it in a couple of weeks, 3 weeks, somewhere in there, in 16 days. We can do it together. You can work on it a little bit ahead of time and still come and enjoy the event. It is of value. $250. You're getting 2 double stamp sets. You're getting everything pre-cut. You're getting all the pages. I mean, it is a good value. I know it's a good chunk of change, and you're getting $25 back to spend next time. Okay. Whoosh. All right, here are the names of the people that did not win yesterday and commented on my live video. So I had this card that I was showcasing because it had a lot of different sweet products on it. So I'm going to go ahead and just put these. They're sticky on one side. So we're just going to put these, and we're going to draw that. And then we will get to the card that I'm making. Now, Jenny Miller will already know the card that I am making because I used it for my swap card at the event. If you are not familiar with what swaps are, that's okay. Swaps are where you make the same card. So I'll make, like, let's say 10, and then I swap with 10 different people. So they get my card, and then I get their ideas too. All right, let's see who we got here. Well, Miss Shawn. Shawn did not watch live, but she commented on it later. So there we go. Miss Shawn, you won that. I will put it next to Tina's. And Tina and Shawn, I betcha I will probably see you both on Saturday. So I'll bring them with me on Saturday. Woohoo! All right. Let's set those aside. And here is the bundle we are using. I know it's flowers, but I love it when Stampin' Up creates a stamp set that has words with it too. And then I saw this paper and I said, oh yeah, that is coming home with me. It is called Floral Charm. And look at this. Now, I know what you're thinking. Oh, girly, 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 girly. Oh, nope. That one's not girly. Just like any of these backs could be used for non-feminine cards. We always complain about the number of flowers, stamp sets, and things that Stampin' Up has, but then we buy them. So, yeah. I love the regal colors in here, the timid tiger mixed in with night of navy and mossy meadow is just so stinking cute. And when my niece was over, Miss Abigail, she came over because, well, actually we both took off of work. I was telling her about this soup that we have. They make it at a local diner, let's call it that. Oh my gosh, Abby, hello. Yes, her. So I was telling her about this soup. It's called Duchess soup, and how she just had to try it because she's a little foodie. And so she came over and we got our soup in, and then we created cards. We created all 5 projects for Stamp Camp tomorrow night, and this was one of them. So I showed her the sweets, and she picked this one. And I don't know, should I show you guys the card? No, I'm not going to show you the card ahead of time. We're going to make it. But we absolutely love this ribbon. It's Old Olive and Gold. So again, these are all online exclusives starting today. The other suite that I have sitting here is called, we're not making anything with it today, but we are using it at Stamp Camp. Spooky Halloween. We're actually using it at the next 2 Stamp Camps. So you can see, look at the cat and the dog in there, and then you can die cut them, and you can make little scary houses and a bat tag, some cool things. So that is also available starting today. But this is the suite we decided to work with. And I do have a whole set already cut, but I wanted to kind of go through it because it's not a hard card. So I wanted to kind of extend that out here a little bit. Miss Abigail is just a little stalker there, huh? Just lurking in the winds. Okay, so Bubble Bath is going to be one of the colors that we're using. It's not listed as a color in the designer series paper, but I thought it coordinated well. So we're just going to take Bubble Bath, cut it in half at 5.5. Now, if you like to score, you can then score it at 4 1/4. And that's going to be our card base. All right. We are also going to use Berry Burst. Berry Burst is going to be matted on here. We're going to go 5 1/4, so 1/4 of an inch smaller, and then 4 inches. Okay, and this is all the paper we need to cut for this card. So it's a nice, easy card. We're going to let our embellishments and stuff do the talking. The other thing I have to grab here, which I didn't is the embossing folder. Now, the embossing folder is not new, but it is relatively new. Here it is. It is the mini corrugated embossing folder. And this just, like, you can make anything look elegant, or you can distress it and it'll, like, you know, look distressed. This was used on this card, and it just makes it, I don't know, not plain, right? Not plain. Okay, so we're going to grab our machine. She was also in charge of doing all the things on the machine. All right, this is a 3D embossing folder, so we're just going to wheel this back. And this mat always tells us what we need. Use with 3D embossing folder number 1 and 4. So this is number 1. This is number 4. The embossing folder is underneath. So we're just going to grab our designer series paper. Now here is a good tip. With this embossing folder, you want to put it in with this edge first, okay? We're not using Berry Burst ink because otherwise it will tear. Brian found that out the hard way when he was helping me prep for this. He had the embossing folder in this way, and it caused too much pressure. This way, it just eases into the pressure. I don't know why, but just do it. Trust me. Okay, so put it in spine first, And voila! Oh, look at that. It went from being a flat piece of paper to having some life and some characteristics. Yes, yes. Okay. All right, while we have this out, we're going to do some die cutting as well. So again, let's refer to our cheat sheet. Using thin dies, we need 1, number 2, and then 2 of number 3. So 1, 2, and then 2 of number 3. And you can see I pretty much use that one to do the cutting on. We also need a scrap of Blackberry Bliss. Where are you? Let me get out my pieces. Blackberry Bliss and Mossy Meadow. Now, one of the things that Miss Abby did learn is that you got to make sure you have the die cuts pointed downward when you try and cut the paper. Otherwise, it don't cut. All right, where is a scrap? Berry Burst. Oh, here's Mossy Meadow. That's a pretty big scrap, but it'll do. It'll do, donkey. It'll do. Oh, I betcha. I know that Berry Burst. It can just get wild. And then Blackberry Bliss. That is the color that I cannot find in my scraps very often. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, yes. Okay. Oh, I'm going to cut that right out of the middle because then maybe later I'm going to use it for something else. Okay. So let's cut this prettiness out. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Super duper. And I think that's all the die cutting we need to do. So I'm just going to set this off to the side. Look at how beautiful this is. Woo. Okay. See, won't that be really cute? I have a feeling I might do something with that. And then here is our leaf. And we're just going to take, if I can get it out of its holster, take your pick tool and poke this out. And there's another spot down there. All right, beautiful leaf. And before I lose these guys, because I need them for the event tomorrow night, we're going to put them back on here. I don't remember which way they go. So they're just getting put in here because I'm going to just take them off in a little bit anyhow. And then I'll probably put a magnetic sheet on there so I don't drive myself absolutely insane. Okay. So this is what we have so far. We need to do a little stamping and a little punching. So, oh, that is not the color I need. I was going to try not to use this other piece. Oh, here we go. This is a whole piece anyways. So what difference does it make, Elizabeth? It doesn't. Okay. So here we are going to stamp. Thanks for being you. And this is a red rubber stamp, which is really nice too. I know a lot of us have gotten used to the other rubbers, the clear photopolymer. But I just have to open the card to see if we stamped anything on the inside. Oh, we did. Okay. You made my day. And then this little thing. I'm like, we had to have because I needed Mossy Meadow ink. Okay. Let's grab some blocks. She was also amazed that we had to assemble the stamps. So we learned a lot of things. See there. Now, I don't have any little blocks, so we're just going to have to deal with this big block. All right. Now we need some circle punches. I think the big one is bigger than this. Ugh. Here's the small one. But I need the big circle punch, which I'm not seeing in my basket. Let me look in one of the tote boxes. I only have a few projects already prepped, but it could be in there. Not in that one. Here it is. Okay. Found it. 2 3/8 inch circle punch and 1 3/4 inch. We're going to stamp in Blackberry Bliss. I know how much y'all love Blackberry Bliss ink because it just gets everywhere. All right, we're stamping the thanks for being you. And then we will punch that out. Boom. And then out of our designer series paper, we are going to punch out a circle. So it's out of this paper. We are going to punch this big ol' one right here. Don't be afraid to use your designer series paper. It is beautiful. We all know. My computer had a pop-up. There we go. So just use it. Use it and abuse it. All right. Now let's go ahead and stamp the inside of our card first. The reason why we're doing that is because if we don't like what we did on the inside, it might be able to become the outside and get covered up. So I'm going to stamp the You Made My Day down here. Ooh, that was a little hard. Okay, let's try this. What do I have on there? Okay, so we're going to modify the inside because I still didn't like it. Let's grab the 2-inch circle punch and let's just grab that paper. Boom. Okay, let's see if I can get a good stamped image here. I think it's really juicy. That one's not bad, but okay. You put that there. All right, not bad. It's gonna have to do because we ain't got all day to figure that out. Then let's add a little bit of Mossy Meadow and this image here. See, there's never a mistake, just room to embellish. There we go. Okay. Boom. That is done. We're going to go ahead and tape this down. Designer series paper to the rescue. All right. Now let's fold and burnish our edge. Now here, we need to put our ribbon on first, okay? So we're going to do the ribbon trick. It's super easy as long as I can find my tool. It is a spritzer tool. So we're going to take our ribbon, and this works for any time you just need to tie a knot, like in your ribbon. So we're going to take the ribbon. I need a longer tail than that, like this. Okay. Tie a double knot. So 1, 2. On the second one, make sure that you're pulling straight out, right? So you have this 90-degree angle, so it's perpendicular. You will slide that off, and then with your sharp scissors, you are going to cut this loop in half at an angle And voila, you have a perfect knot every time. Right? Do we get a round of applause for that, please? Speaking of round of applause, remember to like this video. If we get to, I'm going to drop it back down. If we get to 20 likes, I'm going to give away 10 bucks. Okay? If we get to 30 likes, I will give away 15 bucks. So each like is worth 50 cents here, people. All right. So then we just cut the other end to go across the paper. And this is going to get taped to the back. Just going to run a little bit of tape here. Nice job, Kathy Larson. Love it. Oops. There we go. That's what we want. Boop, boop, boop. Taped to the back. And then we're going to bring in Mr. Green Glue because I like to use green glue whenever I have embossed images. Oh, we got multiple different kinds of claps. Woo, 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 woo. All right. So, and you'll see this is a nice thin layer. Nice thin layer. We're going to go right over that boo-boo. And then I like to turn it over and just give it a gentle rub, a pat pat. Okay, here we go. Now we're going to decorate the front. So we're going to start with our circle. Oh yeah, and just like these ladies are doing, when you like it, make sure that you tell me that you liked it, because otherwise the computer does not tell me. All right. So we're going to add some green glue to this and kind of just tuck it right like in this area. All right. And then we're going to put our flower and our whatever on. Oh, I think I cut this out of Garden Green, not Mossy Meadow. It is what it is. Thanks, Eunice. Hello, Eunice. You gals, you are amazing. I will see Eunice tomorrow night. She took advantage of some of the Sweets products. So that was awesome that you didn't have to get a whole sweet. So just like that. And then we're adding this other one on top. Boom, boom, boom. And you don't need to add a lot of glue. Remember, not a lot of glue. And this, we're just going to kind of throw up that way. And give it a good block to sit on. And then lastly, not lastly, I lied. Second to lastly, we're going to pop this guy up. And don't forget, I knew somebody who used to throw away these edges. These are all dimensionals, right? Look at all those. We're just going to cut this up so that they're ready for when I want to use them. And also look at my pretty scissors. I had a friend that took my Stampin' Up scissors and epoxied them. Just a few of them. But how fun, right? Okay. And then peel that off. And tuck it right in this ribbon. And now lastly, we're going to add some fun embellishments. Now these are not new by far. Where did I put them? Oh my gosh. Here they are. The brushed brass butterflies. However, they were part of the sweet sale, so I got some more of them. And we're just going to take the Take Your Pick tool and throw one down here. I think we'll put one on here and then another one. You know what? I think we're going to tuck it right in there. Okay. So check that out. Here's the original. You can see similar except for the inside where it made the boo-boo. Yeah, so this is at class tomorrow night. And all of these products are available to purchase now. Like I said, they were part of the online exclusives that debuted today for all customers. All the peeps. I know I'm going to be ordering more of this paper for sure, for sure. And this ribbon is just gorgeous. And I can totally see, this is what I like right now, is I'm looking into like fall. I know it's in the midst of summer, but this is going to be gorgeous ribbon for Thanksgiving, Halloween, Christmas, like all of the things, right? Right. Okay. Well, remember, you guys have been doing a great job tonight. I totally appreciate it. Comment. We'll get your name in to win this. And then if you comment like and you give me a thumbs up on my video, you will get your name entered in to win the money if we get to the 20 likes. All right. So if you guys have any questions or anything at all, remember, virtual album retreat sign up while supplies last. They have sold a ton of them already. So definitely, keep that in mind. And then I do have, well, hello, Patty. I do have some upcoming events. So Stamp Camp tomorrow night. Next Wednesday, I have the flyer right here. Come on. I have a craftin' and sippin' night. So this is at a local winery called the Empty Nest. You get to pick any kit. I'm going to have tons of them for you to choose from. It's $30 cash or $35 by card or by paying online. And yeah, it's from 6 to 8. Whatever, you should be able to finish the kit, but if you don't, you can just take it with you. I'll have additional kits for sale. So that is next Wednesday, July 9th. And then at the end of the month, I'm doing a Christmas in July. It's a one-day event. I have 3 different classes, and you can play and stay, or you can stay and play, or you can make and take, or you can just take and then make. There's lots of different options for those 3 classes. If you don't want to do any of the classes, you can just come and work on your own projects. So that is the last Saturday in July. And even if you just come for the day, it's $15. We do a Secret Santa, which is optional, and then all the classes are optional as well. But anyhow, all right, you guys, I'm going to head out. I got to get something to drink. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night, and talk to you later. Bye-bye.